Malheureusement, Afrique sans fric. Oh, naso idée. Naso idée. Yendenika. Mais oui, c'est comme ça. Eh oui.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, that is NYK Podcast. Now you know podcast. We are back. Another episode of season 4. I'm here with my good people, Chef Car, Nda, Queen K, Mimi, and Shoko Blezo. It's been a while. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Just got back from Costa Rica, man.
You just got back from Costa Rica. Looking at Mimi's background, looks like she's still there, man.
I know, right?
Costa Rica, guys.
Mimi, you're in the jungle, Abby. Costa Rica. What took you to Costa Rica?
Vacation.
Vacation, eh?
Wow.
Mm.
Say Wahala something.
So I do no face, no case, Abby.
Wahala is like a bike.
Ooh la la. Anyway, before we get into tonight's topic, very special topic, we have a guest, and I'd like to introduce her, but I'll let her introduce herself. So, Miss Mariama, can you please introduce yourself and give us a fun fact about you, something very interesting? If not, you have to repeat your whole introduction.
Hello, everyone. It's Queen Mary. Just so we get it right. Don't call my girl out loud. I'm happy to be here and give my input. A fun fact about me. I was born with 12 fingers.
Oh, cool.
Can we see the 12 fingers?
Where are they now?
See what I did there. Oh.
Oh wow.
Do you make use of them?
It's cut off, so I can't make use of them. I wish it was still there. I think it would be cool.
Oh, they cut them off?
Yeah, my mom didn't want me to be the weird kid in the classroom. So,
Wait, did they cut them off at birth or?
No,
Like-
I think it's when you're.
at a good age.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is
That's
very
a-
interesting, though.
It is very interesting.
Yeah, I think you're like a rare species, you know.
You guys have never seen that before?
I have never seen that before.
No, I haven't.
I've heard,
Yeah.
but I've never seen.
It's always like tiny though, and then they cut it off when
Yeah.
at birth, right? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what some people that have, like my uncle has his, but his is like actual finger, but it's just like dangles like this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valner. Oswood has an extra set of finger.
Never saw it.
You can only see what you see.
Exactly. You can't see what you don't see.
Mhm.
Anyway, before we get into tonight's topic, please do follow us on Instagram at NYK Podcast, and we are also on Twitter at NowYouKnow1. That is NowYouKnow1. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's topic. Ooh. Actually, I don't want to introduce tonight's topic. I want Mimi to introduce tonight's topic because she's very
Jesus.
passionate about it.
Me,
Please.
let me find it.
Please do me a favor and let our beloved audience know what we're talking about tonight.
Let's find it, guys. Let's find it.
It's finding her
These
passion.
people are accusing me of things that I don't do.
You're finding her passion. Abby.
Finding her passion.
The
It's
passion of
either
Mimi.
her or Carl.
Okay, so it is. I'm just gonna read it how it is on the thing, okay? On the
Mhm.
name.
Please
Be
keep it PG.
independent, but ask that nigga for some money too. So.
Ha, they said keep
Yeah,
it PG.
I said
Not
keep it
that said.
PG. Chat.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
You have
repeat
to
it. What do you
repeat
say?
my-
Ask who for what money? Ask who for what?
Ask your boyfriend.
No, say the word you said again at this point. You said it. Just say it.
Ask the nigga.
Yeah. The nigga.
Mm.
Ask the nigga for some money.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, we are a very friendly podcast, so please don't mind these two.
I think she meant to say asking God for money. That's what she meant to say.
That makes sense.
So okay, so the first question I have, right? I'm just throw this out there to the ladies. You know, we have Mariama, we have Queen K, and we have Mimi. So how do you kind of differentiate, or how do you find a balance between calling yourself an independent woman yet still trying to be pampered? Like, where do you where do you say, you know, these things I can take care of myself, but these ones I need, you know, some kind of, you know, external support?
Are we talking about us living together or separately? When I just because when I think about independent, I think about me. I see in the aspect like, okay, if I'm with a man and we're living together, that's one way, and another way if we're living separately, and what I expect for him as an independent woman. Like there's two different expectations depending on our living condition.
So ideally, right? I think if you see this person like in your life long term, right? So it can be your boyfriend, and you guys are kind of just dating. Because I think in a lot of African cultures, you know, when you're dating somebody, you don't live with them until you kind of get married. So if you see that person as, you know, a long term a partner, I think the the question is still gonna be the same, right? Expectation wise, it's gonna be the same. So since we're all Africans on this podcast, I think just think of it that way. Like you see this person in your life long term, you know, so you want to maintain the same expectations.
I think me being independent is just me having, I see it as me having a mind of my own and being able to make decision on my own without like, having to be a yes man to my man, my husband, and none of that. As far as like a man providing, as a man, me being independent to my man is like a man has to be a provider. Like even if we're dating, like you need to show me that you can provide for me. And being providing is also making sure that you're giving me money to do my nails, to get my toes done. And you're doing things like that because that shows me that you can provide for me in times of need. I always say I may be an independent woman, but I know when I want to get married, my man needs to be able to make sure if I have children that if I want to take off at least a year from work, he'll be able to cover all the bills.
Well, boy, you're making that face like
Chef
that.
Carl's
Do you have
face.
something to?
Chef
Do you,
Carl is like,
No,
come on.
I'm just agreeing.
yeah, we should agreeing. That face didn't sound like that face didn't look like agreement.
I'm agreeing.
Let's let the other girls pile up. I'll come with
Mm-hmm.
some reasoning
Some reasoning.
after.
All right, Queen K, yeah, smiling from, you know, year to year.
Because, okay, so I feel like in this generation that we're in, there needs to be a good mixture of both, right? I still want to keep the old culture of my man takes care of me. But at the same time, if we end a divorce or anything like that, I still have my own money. I can still do what it is that I need to do. I'm not saying I'm going to get a divorce. I'm just saying, like, if you were, God forbid, something were to happen, I won't be crying like, oh my gosh, it was my husband's money that I was just that was saving me. It's like, oh, I'm good. Like I got my own money on the side. And I agree with Mari with the when I have kids and when I'm pregnant, me personally, when I'm pregnant and I have kids, if I have kids, I want to be able to call off and not work for a good 6 months because that is a newborn baby that I have to take care of, and I want to be a mother first. So I have to take that as a priority. So I need him to be able to hold his own and take care of me not going to work. So it's like I feel like there needs to be that good balance. I'm independent. Then the day I have my own money, but please, like, come on, if I ask for your credit card, just give it to me. Like, don't fight me. Just give it to me.
Don't fight you, eh? So your husband should be a yes man to you, and not be fighting you. You're mad, Mimi. Please chime in before we attack. 'Cause
Okay.
I can
It
sense
might
some attack coming.
it might seem like I'm the bad one here, but honestly, I don't ask no nigga for money. But I expect the man to at least because like you asked, what's the balance between being independent and also asking for help from your man? I feel like I can get everything done by myself, but it really feels good when a man just gives you or just does things for you. It feels really good because at the end of the day, men are providers, right? And I feel like a man should be proud to like take care of his lady or like maybe give her money to do her nails or all the little things or even help her sometimes with some of the bills, even if she has her shit together. So to me, I'll never even ask a man for no. I've never done it. I'll never do it. But it feels good when they give me, even if I have it all. Like, even if I can take care of it, not like having it all, even if I can take care of my bills and all, it feels good when a man gives me or helps me sometimes. So
Mimi, I
that's what I think.
agree with you. Like, I feel like as a woman, like if I take you serious, I
Mhm.
shouldn't have to ask you for anything. It has
Exactly.
to be a common sense thing. Like, okay, I'm
Yep.
not saying pay for my nails every time I get them done. Like out of the random, be like, oh, if you know that I'm the kind of person I like to get my nails done, like here you go. This is $100 to go get your nails done. Go get your nails done. I
Yep.
shouldn't have give me $100 to go get my nails done. It's common sense. Like I
I
know
know.
sometimes, especially with flowers, like I love flowers, but not a lot of men was raised, especially in the African community. A lot of men were not raised with being romantic and seeing affection in the home. So when it comes to flowers, I will let a man know, hey, I'm the kind of person I like flowers. If I told you what I like and you're not doing it, then you're not the one for me. Because at this point, it's like, why do I have to keep holding your hand to do certain things that I told you that I like?
It's them taking the
Yeah.
initiative of knowing their woman and what it
Yep.
is that they like. Because when you take that initiative, it's
It
just
feels good,
it feels
right?
great. Exactly. Like you can go and start telling your friends, like, I don't even know how to tell my man about this, that, and the third. He just
Hmm.
knows. Like I don't even need to ask him. But it's like I still got my own because at the end of the day, like God forbid something happens to my man's job where he can't work for like 6 months unemployment. COVID happened. People lost their jobs. I'm still independent. I still have my own money where I can like, okay, babe, like this happened. I still have my own job. I still work, so you don't have to worry. Even though it hurts you guys' ego, but still, like that's what it means to be independent. I can do my part. Like I will always do my part, but when I need to step up because of just like in case there needs to be a step up, I'll be able to do it because I have my own, and I don't really need to not worry about you, but you don't have to worry about like taking care of me. Just it's just the initiative of you wanting to take care of me. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, you've heard,
You guys do our time.
you've
I've heard
listened.
this.
I hope you have already digested because I need you guys to not
Okay.
agree, right? You can agree with
So
the ladies, but
Let Carlson go last,
yeah.
hold on.
please.
Hold on. No, 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 no. I
No,
just
no,
want to
no, no, no.
clarify
I want
something
Carlton to
first.
lead. I want Carlton to lead
I want to
this.
clarify something first, right? So I'm hearing that you want the mix from all three of y'all. I just summarized. You want a mix of traditional yet modern. So you want the best of both worlds for you. You want a man to read your mind, basically, because you're not going to ask, but you're expecting him to give you money, right? You want money or a handout for your wants and not your needs. You're saying you're independent, but yet when you go on maternity leave, you want to be a dependent. So now some of you guys are saying you're having an independent mindset, and some are saying that they're just independent overall. So what I would like to know is, did I hit the nail on all of them? Did I make any incorrect statement first of all? No?
No, they were
All
correct.
correct.
Hmm.
Okay. All correct. Cool.
And it's not
So
like reading our mind, though. Maybe that's where you made a mistake. It's not reading our mind. I feel like you should know. You're a man. You should know what to
I
do
should
for your
know.
lady.
Okay.
Right.
I should just know, right?
Yeah.
Without you telling me, I should just know. You
So
have a headache. I should just know you have a headache. You
That's
have to go pee.
no,
I should just know you have to
Carson,
go
not
pee.
no, you're doing too much with that.
No,
No,
I
what
should
we
just
mean
know.
that you should just know. Okay, so
No, no,
if
no, no. Time out. You had your turn.
okay,
Yeah. Here it is. So that sounds like a bunch of BS to me all the way through,
Oh, wow.
right? Because here's the thing: you can't have it both ways. It's like me saying that I want a loyal wife, but I also want to have other partners on the side. I
Well,
want the I
that's
want
what happens,
I
though.
want that traditional lifestyle, but at the same time, I also want the modern lifestyle as well.
But yeah,
It's just
there's
the
a
same thing.
balance.
Like,
That's
it's the
why there's
same
a
thing, right?
balance.
So my thing is, if we're gonna be saying, if you want to be independent, be independent all the way. Because as an independent person, I'm not coming to you to ask you for money. That's what is that's independence. I'm standing on my own 10 feet or 10 toes by myself. I take care of myself by myself. Now, if we're codependent, that's a little bit different. But there's a difference between independent. So you can't sit here and say you're independent, yet you're asking for money or you're expecting a handout. That it doesn't go both ways. So if you're gonna say you're dependent, guess what? When you're on maternity leave, you get paid for some of that, right? Most jobs are gonna give you at least 3 to 4 weeks. Now after that, you have your savings. You should have been prepared for that because within that 9 months, you knew you were not gonna be at work. You should be
Is
able
she
to
the
hold it
only
down
one
on your
that
own.
carried the child? The man that put the child in her belly is not supposed to be there. But Carson, what are you even talking about?
What do you mean? You're independent. That's what we're
So
talking about.
when
Nah,
let
we're
me,
getting this
I'm the
all
one that
mixed
brought
up.
up the whole staying home. So when I talk about staying home, I'm not saying that because I'm staying home, I need you to give me allowance every 2 months, every week. Buy this for me every week. Do this for me every. That is not what I'm saying. My main focus is making sure the light is turned on and we have a roof over our head. And being independent simply means that I have a mind of my own. I can think outside of my husband.
Wait,
So you have an independent
how
mindset.
come
You're not independent.
I
yeah,
have my
because
own
it
hobbies,
feels like
all of that.
it feels like your own definition of independence will differ from a male's definition of independence.
So what is a male?
Because
What's a male?
independent is just you don't rely on anybody else.
Don't rely on
Literally
anybody.
rely
Plain and
just
simple.
Yeah,
on you. That's
on
it.
your own.
It's
Yeah,
just
I
Okay,
on
think
you.
I have a question for Carlson.
Go ahead.
Carlson,
okay.
if you're independent, right, and you don't
Mhm.
rely on anybody, if you have a wife at home or a girlfriend, you expect to come back and cook your food.
Thank
She
you.
should not have common sense that she has to
Which
make a
is
meal for you
hold on,
when
hold
you
on,
come
hold
back.
on, hold on. Which is why I mentioned codependence.
No, but that's too much grammar, though.
That's not
Codependent,
again,
dependent. That
independence
was
is
not.
different.
That was
If I'm fully independent, guess what? I'm independent by myself, right?
okay.
Right
Now,
now.
are they
Hold on, no, no,
fully
no, no,
to
no. Stop. Right now,
Okay.
my definition of independent, I am independent. Now,
Mhm.
one person here can sit here and say I'm asking them for money to help pay for anything. Now, one person here is saying, come on, cook for me. I need you to cook for me. No, I'm cooking for myself. And if I want you to cook for me, I'm paying for that service because I'm independent. Now, if I'm with somebody, now I'm no longer independent. We're together at that point in time. I'm going to rely on her for certain things and she will rely on me for
Codependence.
certain things. Yes, there's
Love
no
a
independence
codependence.
there at all.
I feel like I feel like
Codependent is
we,
it's an abusive term because when you
Yeah.
think about codependency, I'm thinking about one way. Like either you have it this way, it's like splitting things in the home, like everything has to be 50-50. Everything has to do this. Like our parents did not grow up with codependency. Y'all cannot come here and say it was codependency. It was not.
It was not codependent.
It was not
What was
codependency.
it?
you.
That's
What was
very
it?
what was it then? What
What
was
was
it?
it?
If it wasn't codependent, what was it?
it wasn't independency either.
It was a household.
making it work in a home.
Yeah, in a home.
Yeah, but codependency can still happen within
It's
each
a
couple.
one-way thing. It's a one-way
But-
thing. It's like I see it this way, and this is the way it should be. And a lot of times, it's men that have that mentality because they feel like when a woman uses the word independency, they feel
Okay.
like the woman is being selfish and only cares about their needs and their wants.
Time
But
out.
why
Wrong
is
use
it-
of the
why
word.
is it
Hold on,
that
time out.
you-
Aristide. Wrong use of the word.
Go ahead.
Interdependence.
Yeah,
Much better
thank
for you?
you. Another grammar again. That was so confusing.
Much better for you?
It's not even much.
See,
Hold
y'all
on,
saying
hold on,
codependence.
hold on, guys,
Definition.
hold on. Carson, please. What does interdependence mean? Give us a
Thank you.
definition.
So it's basically when you have multiple people relying on each other.
Okay.
It's not like we're relying. If
No,
a
no,
guy
no, no,
gives
no.
me $100
You're
to do my
taking that.
nails
You're taking that
after
relying
1
too
week,
far.
how
You're
am I
taking the
relying?
Don't read into the relying. Just a choice of words.
So
Okay.
Mimi, hold on. Question. If I ask you for a ride from the airport, am I relying on you? That's all
No.
right.
It depends. If we're in a relationship, okay, hold on. If we're in a relationship, right? I don't think you're relying on me because I feel like that's something that I should do anyways. It's not like, but if I'm a friend and you
But
ask me for that favor,
It's still
it's
relying.
different.
I'm still relying
It's
on
still
you.
relying.
Well,
There's
it's still
nobody
relying.
else but you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that
I
was
feel
still
like that.
relying.
Yeah, that's still relying, but that example is too much because okay, if you give me $100 to do my nails after 2 months, how am I relying on you for that $100?
Did
If
you
you
get
send
your
me
nails done
flowers,
only when he gave you the money?
what?
Did you get your nails done only when he gave you the money?
But that's why I don't want to ask. But if he does, I'm not relying on him because without him, I can
So
still do it.
if within that 2 months, if you didn't get your nails done, it means that what you were waiting for him to give you money, which also
No,
means
but
that you rely on
within
him
the
for
2
that
months,
money to
I'll
do your
definitely
nails.
get the nails done, though.
Okay.
That's the
No,
difference.
that's
That's
not what
nine.
it
Yeah,
means.
literally 9.
You
All right,
guys
guys,
are
guys,
taking.
guys, hold on.
People are taking it.
Hold on. Let's so you've been very quiet. You've been not that a
Let
word.
Bestie
Please,
talk.
can you your bestie needs reliance. Please.
Assistant.
I'm still agreeing.
Period.
No, I just think that this whole independent thing, I think we look too much into the independent stuff. I mean, like, I think when we talk about women being independent, it's just women who live through their values, right? It's a woman that is not gonna sit there and wait for someone to come and do something for her. If she can do it, she's gonna go ahead and do it. So, and then into the relationship, Carson, you talked something about like, being independent and then like being independent. I mean, it's like you have a good blend of things, right? It's like you're born in Cameroon, you follow the culture in Cameroon, but it's not everything that you agree with. And the same way in America, it's not everything that you agree with. There's a good blend. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with having that good blend,
It makes sense why you were quiet because you were
Aaron, can I
dissecting.
say
You were
this? Because
dissecting
he's my best
everything from
friend.
left and right.
No, Mari, he's my best friend.
Yo,
Okay,
I feel like
Find your
Beso,
own. He's mine.
Hey,
He's
hey,
mine for
hey,
a reason.
hey. We'll do interdependence.
I feel like while I also agree with you, Blesso, but I just feel like the word independence is overly used on the other side of the spectrum when it comes to like women. Like if you're able to sustain yourself, okay, just you can sustain yourself. There's no when do you ever see guys going around saying, "Oh yeah, I'm independent," like But what do you want to say, Karen?
No, finish.
Go ahead. No, finish.
I'll finish and I'll say.
Because I feel like when you use it like that, it gives a certain message. It's okay to be independent. That's fine. But my point is like when we look at, I feel like it's not the same weight on both sides. It's two different things. You guys look at it a different way. We look at it a different way. I mean, at the end of the day, if you can, pay for do your own stuff by yourself, kudos to you. But it depends on the way you approach it or the terminology that you use. I just feel like the word independent it has different context on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with the independent has different context on both sides. But the reason why we females feel like we need to say we're independent is because of the fact that during society, women were always dependent of men from the beginning of human life. Literally,
Beginning.
Eve was made out of Adam or whatever it is, but that's how we women has been brought up, that we are dependent of men. We need men to thrive. We need men to pay for our bills, to do all that. So that's why we use the word independent. We're not saying we don't want a man to take the initiative to, oh, babe, let's go on a date. We're not saying we're relying on you to do that. It's still nice. We still want the initiative. We still want those things. But but we're not relying on you. If you don't take me on a date and do my nails, it's okay. I'm not going to go and cry. I'll go do myself. I have my own money.
Right.
So that's why we have to tell a man that we're independent, because even still to this day now, men feel like, me personally with my experience, men feel like they own me. Like the fact that I can take you out on a date, now you owe me, now you're mine. Now I don't know if Mari, you and Mimi, you guys feel the same, but sometimes some of these men have that mentality of like, I have to take care of the woman. By me taking care of that woman, you are now my like quote unquote property. Like I can send you anyhow, and so that's why we have to like let men know, like, no, like I can take care of myself. Yes, a date is nice, nails is nice, hair is nice, but I can do that all on my own. We have to make it clear. You don't think you don't owe me. You don't owe me anything.
Yeah, I think the vast majority of men misunderstand that word independent, because when women say they're independent, to most men it just seems that the women should do everything for themselves. But in a relationship, right? Because you get up and you make breakfast for your wife or for your husband or for your boyfriend or girlfriend doesn't mean that they can't get up and make it. But it's just out of your own goodwill. It's just you know that's going to make them happy, so you do it.
Yeah.
So the things that you do for the other person to make them happy, even though they can do that by themselves. There are a lot of all these women here are very independent. They can do their nails, they can buy flowers for themselves. But now, if I was dating one of them, I'll buy them flowers because that makes them happy. It's not that they cannot go buy their own
Yes,
flowers.
bro.
Shooting one shot in
Look,
3
look.
baskets.
I feel like flowers, dates, all that stuff in the grand scheme of things is little things. Of course, you can buy your own flowers. You can take yourself on a date. When we start talking about dependence, now we start talking about like
Bills.
marriage life. Living together, having bills, having children. Like who does what in that context. When flowers, dates, fine. Anybody can go on a date. Anybody can buy themselves flowers. You don't
No,
have to
but
depend on anybody for that, sure. But I feel like for me personally, when we start talking about independence, dependence, like you said, if you're talking to a guy and the guy doesn't pay for your nails, you can go and do it for yourself. But automatically, you already have a preconception about that guy. That guy's not gonna, pay for my nails. If we ever get together, I know that this guy right here, he even though he knows that I like to do my nails, he's not gonna pay for my nails, or he's not gonna do it as much as I want. So when we talk about all this like little things, that's little stuff.
Yeah.
Now we need to start looking at being dependent, as in you said that society over society has always said that women need to depend on men or whatever. But even if you look at it, not to sound like but at the end of the day, it sort of goes back into that same fold. When you look at a household, the structure of a family, it all goes back to that. Not saying that you can't make your own money, but there's certain things where you have to depend on a man for, or a husband or whatever.
Yeah, Mimi, I know you're getting really
That's true.
deep, but one thing I'm going to say is, yeah, you talk about like those are small things, but if I pass it on to Mimi, I'm just going to say, if you cannot do the small things, it's
You
going to be
cannot do the
very hard
big
for you to do
things.
big things. If you cannot pay the nails and hair and flowers, I don't see a guy buying a car for a lady. So
I disagree with that.
I
but
don't agree.
I
I do
disagree.
little
Wholeheartedly.
gestures
No,
are
let me
nice.
say,
I do agree that little gestures are nice, but sometimes the bigger picture is what matters.
okay, but you know that those little things that you're talking about, some guys still don't do it.
Sure, yeah, of course.
It's
Exactly.
true. It's yes.
Yeah,
And
many people don't do it. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna, for instance, settle with somebody that don't do the little things for me. That's on period. Because at the end of the day, that's what makes me happy. It's not like that's what gives me happiness. I'm already happy, but that's what makes me like you even more. If you cannot do those things for me, I don't even want to marry you, because it's not when I'll be in your house that you buy me a car and you do this. At that point now, you're doing it because you feel like you're married to me and nobody else is talking to me and you feel like I'm yours. That's why you're doing it. Why don't you do it in the beginning to show me that, you know what, I really like you, and that's why I'm doing things like that for you? So at the end of the day, I just feel like it starts from somewhere. It doesn't have to be when you are married or when, I don't know, when you live together. It should start from somewhere. That's just what I wanted to say.
yeah, I see. I see. I know. Karen is trying to chime in here, but we're gonna go into our first segment, which is called the African proverb. This proverb is coming from our friends in Egypt, and it says, "A borrowed coat does not keep one warm." Let me repeat that for our audience in the back. A borrowed coat does not keep one warm. Now, all you independent people, who wants to volunteer to dissect this
I
proverb?
feel like dissecting, but it's not giving.
Mimi's hand is up.
No, that my hand was up since. Hold on, let me lower it.
well, let's give the guest the first shot at it.
Somebody else go.
A borrowed code. What? A borrowed code. What?
You have to swallow. You have to
Does
swallow.
not keep one warm. I feel like if we want to use it in this context, like the topic that we're talking about, I'm still thinking, but I feel like it means, like in general, it means that something that belongs to somebody else can never really make you happy permanently. Like for instance, if you borrow a coat, you have to give it back. So regardless, coat will still
Temporary,
whip
yeah,
you at a certain point.
temporary happiness, momentary shelter.
Right. But now concerning this topic, let me think.
No, it doesn't have to be about the
Doesn't have to
topic.
do with the
Oh, it
topic.
doesn't
I
have
mean,
to.
it,
Okay.
it, it does
All right.
have a little connection to it, but it's not, you know, essentially what I was, I chose it for. But
Okay.
going back to what Aristide was also saying, I know Mariama spoke earlier. She said that in terms of what she expects from a man is pretty much food on the table and having a roof over her head. I think um what Aristide was saying is that yes, the little things do matter, right? But I think, like I always say on this podcast, right? I always put the emphasis on each couple, right? I don't care about what society thinks. I always say, okay, if you and your person are doing what makes you happy, by all means, stick to that, right? If the little things are not what you guys are about, stick to that. If you guys are doing a little bit of both, stick to that, right? Don't let someone come and tell you that, oh, my man does this for me and that's why I like him. And then you start feeling like, oh, my man should be doing this or my lady should be doing this, things like that. Every single time on this podcast, I always say, emphasize on what works for you, not what society is saying should, work for everybody. Because society
Right.
has a way of person A is doing this for person B, but person C is not doing it for person D, and then that's how we find ourselves in conflicts or arguments that, oh, my man is better than your man and vice versa, things like that.
Right. Right. I mean, yeah, we're not saying that they have to do nails or buy hair. It's just the little things that make you happy, right? Your partner doing what makes you happy. But
And it
yeah,
comes
right
down
on.
to what Mimi was saying. You have to know your person. You have to know what they like, and you have to kind of feel.
Do what they like.
Yeah, because for example, right, if like she was saying, if you know that your spouse does their hair once a month or once every 2 months, her nails every other week, things like that is like clockwork, right? Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I noticed you didn't get your nails done. Oh, did you things like that. So you have to kind of know, your person. Maybe a different couple that maybe doesn't give a shit about doing your nails,
And
you
also,
know.
Like me.
when you talk about
I don't do no
independence, I
nails.
feel like a lot of times we just focus it on just what the woman want. Like it's all about the woman. And for me, I also think like when I'm dating somebody, it's not only oh if my man did not see me do my nails in 2 weeks, they're supposed to expect it to pay for my nails. I feel the same way as if I'm dating someone and my man is something that he like. If I know my man loves to get a haircut every 2 weeks like clockwork, maybe that 1 week he's supposed to go get his haircut. I'm gonna call up his barber and be like, hey, when he comes to get a haircut, it's covered by
And
me.
you. Right.
Mm,
That's
Or when
good.
he comes home,
mm,
it's not like I am very romantic when it comes to my man. I want my men to feel appreciated. I want my men to
Yep.
have that space where they're able to communicate whatever their feelings with me. Because a lot of times being a black man in this country, y'all do
Mm-hmm.
not express your feelings. And just because I'm independent doesn't mean that it's all about me or my man
Right.
don't have no feeling or nothing. No, I want my man to also be independent. And him being independent is making sure that he knows that I cares about the things that he loves. If my man loves
Mm-hmm.
to watch wrestling or football, buy a ticket for him. We go football game. I don't care about football. I could sit there and don't give two fucks. Excuse
And
my.
shout.
But because I know that's
Amazing.
something my man loves, I'm gonna surprise him and take him to a basketball game, a football game. So things
Mm-hmm.
like that. It's not only about a woman's supposed to get their nails on. I get my nails on every. Yes, a woman. Maintenance is something that we keep up monthly. So I don't expect my men to pay for things like that every month. I can do it on my own. But again, I'm also gonna treat my man because I know he's a man. Maybe the most thing he can do is a haircut every 2 weeks. So whether a haircut, whether I surprise him with a game and all of that, but my man can still be independent. If he wants to go out with the boys, go ahead, have fun. And if you go out with the boys, just like how a man can give me $50, say, oh, you're going out with the girls, here's $100. One day too, surprise your man. Plan a date night for your men. Take him like get dressed. I'm taking you out. You know how many bums I've dated and I've taken them out and surprised them on a date, plan
yeah.
the whole date and take them out. That doesn't mean I'm not independent or I'm dependent on that man. No,
Mm,
I'm very, and that just proves to the men that doesn't mean
You
because
got
I expect you to do all the date thing. Oh,
it.
I'm not gonna pay for any date. No, I want to show you that I am willing to make this work. I want you to feel like a king that you are. It's not only me that you should make me feel like a queen.
Yep.
And if a man cannot make me feel like a queen, what's the point of me being with you? And if I can make you feel like a king that you are, what's the point of you being with me? It's not a one-way street, as Carson was saying. It's definitely not a one-way street. It's not. And me doing those little things proves to my man that, hey, you can be independent, I could be independent. We can have our alone time, but once you do something for me, I will do the same thing. It's reciprocal. Like, we could do the same thing for each other. But you don't have to do nothing for me. But as much as I feel respected, as Mimi was saying, it's like I don't have to ask you. You do things for me out the blues and stuff like that. That will make me willing to do anything for you. Even to give you my last, I will pull it and give it to you.
I like that.
But
Definitely.
you're not.
I
But
like
hold
I
on,
like
hold on,
that
hold on,
last
hold on.
part.
I caught the
Thanks.
last part of this, but again, you're not
Wonderful.
describing independence in that sense. You're
Carson,
simply you're
Carson,
describing.
hold on. You're right about you missing
Exactly.
you missed the whole part. I
No, no,
think
no.
we
I'm talking about the
already
last
We're
part.
talking
dissected.
about the
Yeah,
end.
you missed the first part. You cut the end. So she did brought up. I mean, we'll catch you
Yeah.
up. We'll catch you up.
Catch you
But
up
what
later.
she's saying is pretty much going back to kind of what we discussed. Right? It's not about independence, but more of the interdependence that you defined. So that's where
Mhm.
that's kind of where we are now.
I know. I get that, right? So what I was saying is that even though we're on that topic, it sounds like what she still wants is interdependence and not independence.
No, Carson.
Independence is being
Personal
able for y'all
complication.
to have your own differences. Like y'all could do your own different things.
By
That's not
yourself.
when I think about independent, I think about, okay, I'm able to do things on my own to a
Mhm.
certain extent without asking a man to do it. Likewise, a man can do what they want to do without asking me for any help. But relationship is all about agreement. It's all about like knowing what your partner wants. Just because I'm independent, I'm not, so I don't want you to give me money. Or likewise, I don't want you to pay the bills because I'm an independent woman. No, that's not the fully meaning behind independent. I think society has created this image or this definition about what independent means or anything because of the way society has portrayed other women uses the word independence.
You can
You
still
think
be
about a woman
independent and
who's
ask for help.
independent is a gold digger, if we're being honest.
So
It's almost like feminism. Like that's what they think.
Literally,
Like,
that's what it is. Because
yeah.
it's a one-way street. When people say they're independent, it's a woman. Oh, she just want money. Or she just want a free handout. That's not the
That's not
definition
what
of
it is.
independence.
I mean,
Again,
I
right?
feel like
again,
if you
Again,
look at
independent
like
we're
definition,
different,
not
yeah.
requiring or relying.
And that is what Mimi has been saying this whole podcast. It's like, I'm not requiring a man to pay for my nails, but it would be nice for a man to take the gesture and do it.
Again, but you
Carson
can't
is
have
on that.
both.
Why
Yes,
can we
so
not
I
have both
mean,
though?
can.
Why can you not have both?
What's wrong with not
If that's the
using that
case, let me
term?
be
That
single,
term.
let a man be single.
You can have both, but it's
No,
not called independence.
that's my exactly,
Okay,
Bonnie.
but that's what
That's
the meme
exactly what I'm
was all
saying.
about though. We didn't come here talking about codependence. Like the topic was independent.
And
Right,
in a
but
That's why
based
we're
on
using the
based on
in a
what
term.
everybody has
relationship,
said,
if
I
that's the
think
case, you cannot be independent in a relationship then.
Yeah.
There we
That's
go.
the case.
There we go. You can
No,
have
you
an
could though.
independent mindset, yes, to where I like my own things, yes, but you cannot be fully independent in a relationship. That's my point.
Okay.
But
If that's your point, then that makes sense. But you know that some guys out here, you can still be in a relationship and you're independent. Like they don't do shit.
Long story short, you can have both. You can have a
Long
good
story
blend.
short.
that's the thing. And it's like I said, guys, it comes down
Whatever
to
works.
whatever works
Whatever
for
works
you
for you too.
for you and your
Yes.
partner. So
Mm-hmm.
just like you guys brought up feminism, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
feminism and there's feminism. You know why? Because
Yeah.
everybody would define it differently. There are people that will
Differently.
go out there and they'll talk feminism, but behind closed doors. I rest
The
my
way they're
case.
kneeling down and giving water to their man.
I'm telling you. I am telling you.
Kneeling down, pounding fufu.
Look at
Exactly.
so that's why I said long story short, you can have both, the good blend, because in a
Uh-huh.
relationship, if you guys don't come together and depend on each other, you cannot bond. So
Yeah, I mean, so you can't born. You can't be born. Can't born you one.
you cannot bond picking by yourself.
Exactly.
Anyway, so I think to kind of summarize, right? So independence. What does independence really mean? I mean, even thinking about like when African countries say there is an Independence Day, right? They're literally, but they're still depending on
European
the
countries.
European countries. A lot of the things that they do is still based on you know
Mm-hmm.
colonial time. So is that really independence? If you're really truly independent, going back to Carson's point, it means that you're not doing things for you by you. So that's kind of where we're trying to understand is that it's not really independence, but more of a mixture, right? You might be
Mm-hmm.
doing things that you want to do, but at the same time, you're considering somebody else's feelings or somebody else's wants and needs and things like that. So I think that's kind of um, the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being independent, but you just have to define it and argue it, you know, a lot better, and not saying that, oh, I want to be independent, but yet
Mm-hmm.
I want to be pampered. That's not independence. Independence means that you're on your own. You're doing everything by yourself from A to Z, just you.
That's facts,
Mimi,
though.
you
We
see?
do it. I still do not agree because we can do A to Z by ourselves, but it feels good when somebody else does a good gesture. That's just,
Exactly. But that
yeah.
that I think that's what we're trying to say here is that
Mm-hmm.
that the term independence means entirely oneself. Yes, I mean somebody can still be able to say, "Hey, Mimi, I know you. Maybe you help them out one day, and then boom, they just surprise you with something." Things like that can happen. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't deviate you from your independence, right? Like you
Right.
said, it's just like a nice to have, a nice gesture that someone says, "Oh yeah, let me just maybe buy you flowers or come and order a dole with shrimp, extra shrimp from you."
Yeah.
All right. Any last words?
Yes, I want to hear Karen and Mariama say that they're not independent when they're in a relationship. I want to hear it come from their mouth.
Very much independent in
Jeez.
in a relationship and out of a relationship.
Women are
Period.
just so
Hmm.
stubborn. What's
Yeah,
this?
very stubborn guy. But
Stubborn.
anyway, but one quick question. No, Mariama made some very good points, and I think that some of our audience will be asking one very particular question. I'm sure Cassie knows what this question is. Mariama, are you single?
Hey, yo, I don't know anything about this
Cow.
question before y'all start saying anything. I know nothing about
I'm
this.
asking. I'm asking for our fans
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
and our fans.
Tell me, before she answers, we know that already knows the answer to this.
I am
Wow.
single and very
I'm
independent.
kidding, I beg, please.
I am single and very independent.
Ah,
Wow.
So
so you hear that, right?
where can our listeners find you? Are you on social media?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram as star_Dora, and that is STAR_DORA.
Look how Blessing taking notes. He's following right away.
She leave blessed alone.
My
Listen, please,
bestie's a good one. Just saying.
listen,
Wait,
please.
me?
Uh-huh.
When you
I
find
where?
the page, please drop it in the group chat.
Mm,
Very much
My
appreciated.
mm.
bestie has sense. Just so you know.
Karen, we didn't hear you say it though. Are you
Say
gonna
what?
be are you gonna be independent in a relationship, quote unquote?
I mean,
Wahala.
yes, obviously.
Wahala.
This is that's good.
It's really wahala. Anyway, guys, thank you, Mariama, for taking time to chat with us here at Now You Know Podcast. Really do appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you around more often.
Thank you for having me. It was a good conversation.
Nice meeting you.
All right, guys, this has been another episode of Now You Know Podcast. Please do check us out on Instagram at NYK Podcast. We are also on Twitter at Now You Know One. This has been fun. Myself, Queen K, Da, Chef Car, part-time chef Blesso, and our resident model Mimi. Talk soon. Bye.
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 Peace out.
Our model.
I know, right?
Let me strike that one pose.